Well, I think that it had a lot to do with us doing the simple things. I think at most of the second period there, we were dumping pucks in, we were chasing it, and we were making it hard for them to make plays out of our zone. And then when we did create turnovers, we capitalized. And I mean, that's our game right there. Anytime we stray away from it, we cause ourselves problems, and you witness that in the third period.
What did it take, or what does it show about this team to be able to come back, not in a shootout this time, but in regulation?
Well, we never give up. That's one thing that you have to admire, I think, about this team and the guys in the dressing room. They never give up, and they always believe. And I think that's why sometimes we can sneak away with wins. We get lucky that way.
Even though you guys did come back, is it one of those you didn't want to give up 3 third-period goals for the second straight game?
Yeah. I'm sure we'll address this tomorrow at the rink. And if we're going to be a playoff hockey team, we have to get over this hump, and we have to get rid of this old habit. And really, that's the biggest thing that's affected us over the years. And if we can figure a way to hold off here and play strictly defense when we're up on a lead like that, we'll be way better off. So.
You guys were good at protecting. You guys did a pretty good job of protecting leads through the first, 11 games of the season. And has it been anything these past 2, or just the way things have fallen?
I think, now that things are going well, especially offensively, we're scoring a little more goals than we were in the first start of the season. I think we're getting too confident, and we have to stay even keel. I think this team gets a little too high at times, and until we could figure out how to play an even keel game for 60 minutes, this is going to happen to us. So.
Something that you guys see too? Is there something, a theme there maybe?
Well, hopefully not. Hopefully it's just these 2 games. You never want to have a letdown, especially when you have the lead. I think that we've been a team that, I don't know about the stats or whatever the stats are, but when we're going into the third period with the lead, we don't lose. We take pride in that, so we can't have that letdown. But there's a lot of good things that we could take out of that game.
John, sorry if you answered this already, but can you talk about that goal and sort of the playoff, the face-off?
Yeah, I got a few nice chances there tonight, so I was pretty upset I couldn't get a better shot on net. So, I felt good about going into that face-off. And Chimmer and Fairzy were both fighting for the puck, so I think there was a lot of commotion in front of the goalie. Didn't really see it, so it was a big goal for us, and I'm happy that it was a win for us.
Literally, he said, "You ready to play?" And
yeah, I just said yes, and next thing I knew, I was kind of in the crease.
I'm sure you've been asked this, but what were you thinking? What was going through your mind?
I was kind of just a little bit in shock. I was trying to tell myself to relax a bit, but everything happened so quickly, and I kind of realized obviously it was a 3-3 game, and I had to kind of pull my act together pretty quick. But fortunately, we had a TV timeout right after I went in, so that was kind of good to regroup a bit. And obviously the guys played great after I went in, and it definitely wasn't on me this win. They really turned around and played great.
Did it make it easier that you really didn't have any time to think about it before you went out there?
I've had about 21 years to think about it, so it's didn't really make it any easier. It was fun to get a little taste of it, and really want more now.
What does it mean now, having made your debut, and now you've got the hard hat on?
Yeah, obviously, I guess it's kind of fitting, I guess, that it was my first victory, but it definitely wasn't the hardest victory I've ever had. It was the guys kind of gave it to me that way, but it's nice to see the guys acknowledge the first in people's careers, and hopefully it's first of many.
What are you going to remember the most? I mean, I know it's probably hard now because everything's kind of rushing at you, but Coach talks a lot about NHL first, and this is such a young team. A lot of you guys are experiencing it. What do you think you're going to remember about tonight?
Oh, definitely probably the look on Bruce's face when he asked if I was ready to go, and I was kind of in shock, and I didn't hear him at first, and then kind of clicked in that I was going in, and it was kind of the moment that I kind of knew it was going to happen, but it's kind of a long time coming with being, I think, 10 games up here, but not getting any taste of it. But it was definitely fun, and it makes it a lot better that it was a win.
Thanks, Braden.
When you were out there just looking around for a couple seconds there and seeing Boston Bruins in front of you, it must have been pretty surreal.
Yeah, it was mostly just looking around trying to breathe and relax, so I didn't really think about it too much, but definitely noticed how loud it got in this building really quick, and I'm usually a pretty vocal guy on the ice, and I couldn't even hear myself yell, so that was definitely a neat experience, and to be on home ice, it was pretty cool.
When you saw that John Carlson gave you guys the lead, what were you thinking? I better step it up, or?
Well, I kind of knew John on the bench when I was still on the bench. He told me he was going to score today, so I knew it had to come sooner or later. So it's definitely he actually kind of showed a little bit of emotion after he scored, and usually I don't. So I was pretty happy about it.